Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the X-Men Nemesis Build-A-Figure Wave. Here we have the X-Force Nightcrawler. So very excited for this one to get another Nightcrawler. We did fairly recently get one. This is the Xmen 97 version, which I believe is going to basically be the same exact figure, but obviously in a different colorway. And then the head sculpts are the same head sculpts that we had previously gotten on the previous comic Nightcrawler figure, which I do have here. I did not grab. Yes, I did grab. So this particular one, which again shared some of the same parts, but was which was not pinless. Oh, you know what? Different head sculpts. Because look at that. We got a smiling one on this one, and there's no smiling head sculpt in there. So I need to go back and do a little bit of research to see which heads we got with this particular version of Nightcrawler to kind of see the differences in there. But anyway, this is the X-Force version. He does come with some Build-A-Figure parts, so this will be the first of the 6 figures in the wave to have the Build-A-Figure parts. So very excited. So looking at X-Force Nightcrawler, looking at the box, we get the X-Men logo there. We get some artwork of Kurt Wagner there, Nightcrawler. So we got that. And then we get this one, same artwork here that is here, but different artwork here on the back of the box. So just a heads up. So if you had watched my Wolverine review, you would hear me kind of discuss that, which was interesting. So Gambit is going to kind of get the same treatment, but like other figures in the wave don't get the same treatment where we see a bunch of different artwork and whatnot. Not a big deal at all. Not sure why I'm pointing it out. Just thought it was kind of interesting. But anyway, here is the wave. We are just going to go completely in order for this wave. So first was the Extreme Wolverine. Now it's going to be X-Force Nightcrawler. Next will be Age of Apocalypse Gambit, into the X-Factor Cyclops, then Marrow, and then you got Generation X Husk, and then Fabian Cortez from the Acolytes. The bio for Nightcrawler reads, the teleporting mutant Nightcrawler joins forces with the X-Force team in order to hunt down his enemies. So there we go, looking really good. I think this should be definitely one of the more popular ones of the wave. I got my wave from toysnowman.com, so just a heads up, link in the video description below if you're looking to put in some orders of these. X-Force Nightcrawler right now is currently listed as a pre-order. The Extreme Wolverine at the time of recording is in stock. So if you're looking to pick those up, head over to toysnowman.com. They're also running their annual Black Ice sale, which all in-stock items are 15 to 80% off. So check them out, toysnowman.com. Link in the video description below. It is my referral link, so if you use that link and create an account, so if you're a first-time buyer creating a new account for the first time, you will get a 5% off coupon code in your Frost Rewards. So there we go, toysnowman.com. X-Force Nightcrawler. Let's open them up. Let's take a look. Okay, so here we have Nightcrawler out of the package, and you know what? It's a good one. It's a really good one. You know, if you have the Xmen 97 Nightcrawler, you know exactly what to expect. It's a good Nightcrawler figure. I'm very pleased to have it, very happy to have it. If you don't have any of the previous ones, what happened? You gotta get Nightcrawler. Such a good figure. It is fully pinless, which is great. Yes, we get the same torso that we had gotten in the Wendigo Build-A-Figure, but it's a perfect torso for Nightcrawler, right? It's got butterfly joints. It's really good. This one, we do have 2 head sculpts for Nightcrawler, which the Wendigo first one did have a smiling face. So it did have all 3 heads on that one. So we didn't get new heads this time around, but that's okay because it is Nightcrawler. It works. The X-Force colors is really cool. We got a bunch of X-Force team members that I will show you guys side by side with this particular Nightcrawler. So the accessories that we get open hands / grip hands, a little bit questionable on there for Nightcrawler on the figure. We also get a pair of fists for Nightcrawler, and we get the 2 head sculpts, one where he's like screaming and then one more stoic look, and then he does have this sword. This sword is not great. And then also with the sword not being great, his hands aren't great for the sword. But it's good that we got the sword. We did in the Wendigo Build-A-Figure wave, but in X-Men 97, the guy uses 3 swords, 1 with his tail, 1 for each hand, and we didn't get any swords with him. Here we get at least 1 sword, but I got some problems with the sword that we will talk about here shortly. He does come with the Build-A-Figure piece for Nemesis, and I guess his would be kind of the heads, not really the head sculpt. You get this back piece and then you get the helmet piece here. Husk comes with the torso. The torso does have the skull head on it already. So like if you look at the back of the box, I think it shows Nightcrawler as being the head, even though it's not quite the head. See, it's just the helmet piece. But either way, we did get Build-A-Figure piece, so we're going to stick these to the side and we'll take a look at that. After we look at all the figures from the wave, we'll end up with Nemesis there. But that is Nightcrawler, so let's go ahead and zoom in and take a closer look. Okay, so here's an up-close look at Nightcrawler, and again, very good. We had seen these head sculpts before, so it's nothing new, except this time around, like on this particular Screaming one, it looks like we kind of get red eyes. Here we do have the yellow eyes on the more stoic one. We get a nice little blue shading in his hair to kind of bring out the details, which is cool. We get the X-Force logo, or X-Men logo, there on his chest. It is the black and gray. This is the X-Men 97 body. As you can see, we are pinless, and then we do get like the gloves are sculpted on there, and then the boots are sculpted details, whereas previously it's basically Pizza Spidey arm, Pizza Spidey legs, and the details of the boots and the gloves were just painted on. So this time around it is really good. Just gray figure with some black. You got his blue tail there that just swivels around. It is not bendy wire, so you can't shape it in certain ways or anything like that. It's just going to go right back to the way it was, but it does swivel on there, which is cool. We get, signature, feet and hands for Nightcrawler, but the hands are a bit of a problem because that is not a grip hand. That is not a grip hand there either. He's got this sword. My first issue with the sword is, ugh, look at the gray plastic. It's a sword, it's a blade, it should be silver in color. Paint this bad boy silver. They did not do that. They went with the cheap looking semi-translucent plastic that I absolutely hate. Like I hate this plastic because it just looks so cheap. It's not good. I don't like it. The hilt is just done in this black color. It's almost got like this glittery look to it, which is kind of odd, but it's just black in color there. But here's the thing. The so-called grip hands, and I probably, in my original review of the Nightcrawler from the Wendigo wave, I wonder if I had pointed this out. I'm sure I did. Hopefully I did. But, like, that's not a grip hand. He doesn't actually hold that sword. Like, it's not... Okay, guys, so it's close to midnight, and this video is supposed to go live at midnight, and I didn't realize, all of a sudden, I had seen this little white hand. I'm like, wait a second, there's an extra accessory in there. So... X-Force Nightcrawler does come with a hand so he can actually properly grip this sword in his right hand. So there we go. It has the vertical hinge on there so he can grip his sword. So depending on how I edit this video, you might see a clip where I'm like pissed off and like, how could he not grip the sword? This is ridiculous. But he has the hand. He can grip the sword. I just have to figure out exactly how I'm going to be able to fit it into this weird like grip of a hand, but he has it. Let me go ahead and pop this in the wrist and we'll figure out how to properly get it into his hand. Okay, so I got the sword in his hand, as you can see there. To grip it, it still doesn't, I mean, it has a firm grip, but it's weird. Like, you can't really get the fingers around the hilt of the sword, so it's kind of weird. You kind of have to pry the fingers open a little bit, then kind of fit the sword in there. So while it's not perfect, it does, grip it somewhat better. But let me see if I just kind of stretch it out a bit there and then work the hilt into the hand a bit. Okay, so there, as you can see, he could grip it. So again, I'm limited time. I want to get this video right up at midnight, but I have to like re-render it and stuff like that. So there we go. But again, can properly hold the sword, which is great. So now, if I say it later on in the video, hey, he can't grip the sword. Oh, how about pretty ridiculous? That's what ended up happening. So silly me, but I caught it just in the nick of time. But anyway, the two head sculpts, we got this one. Let's go ahead and pop this one off. Pop this one on. And there we have our two different looks for the Nightcrawler X-Force version. So let's go ahead and check out his articulation. Okay, so Nightcrawler's articulation, he can look all the way up. It is on a disc hinge, which is great. He can look all the way down, which is awesome. You can swivel that head, and there's not really pivot. You get a tiny, tiny little bit, I guess. To get the tail out of the way, you just get a swivel at the tail. The shoulder, you can get the arm to go straight on out like so, upwards a little bit. You could do a full rotation, just keep in mind of those shoulder pads there. There's a butterfly joint, so you can get the arm to go back a little ways, and you can get it to come forward a little bit, but the design of the shoulder pad there just will limit the crossbody opportunity, so that's a little unfortunate. You get an upper bicep swivel in there. Double jointed pinless elbow gives you that much bend there at the elbow, so quite a nice bend. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge. Standard horizontal hinge on the open hands as well as the fists on Nightcrawler. We get an ab crunch on this guy, so he can crunch forward that much there. A little bit of an ugly back. When you do that, you can crunch backwards that much there, so that is really good. You get a waist swivel in there. Legs go out that far apart. He can kick forward that far far, which is good. The leg goes back a tiny bit there. You got an upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinless knee gives you that much bend there at the knee. No boot swivel. Foot hinges all the way down. Hinges up. Ankle pivot. Peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So good articulation for X-Force Nightcrawler. I almost said Night Force. That would have been funny. X-Force Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler. Oh my god. I'm not even going to cut that out. That's like a lot of times I'd be like, oh, I'm going to have to cut that out. But I'm going to keep it in there because that's how I fumble over my words sometimes. X-Force Nightcrawler. There we go. Okay, so here are side-by-side comparisons. We have the 3 Nightcrawler figures that Hasbro has given us. Did we? Toy Biz gave us the Nightcrawler figure. I don't have that one. And famously, I've always said before that I'm not a fan of the Toy Biz Marvel Legends. They paved the way to give us what we have now. But I didn't care for a lot of the Toy Biz figures. The proportions were all off and everything like that. Good at the time, dated for now. That was always my thing. People misunderstood that to just be, I hate Toy Biz. That's not it. I joke about that now because people of what they think and say, so that was kind of the thing. But the Nightcrawler figure, the reason why I brought that up is because that Nightcrawler figure was one of the few exceptions that if I were to ever get a Toy Biz figure, that Nightcrawler figure would be one of them. There was a few exceptions. Nightcrawler, Beast, and then the MODOK Build-A-Figure and the Mojo Build-A-Figure were my exceptions to that Toy Biz rule, that I would not collect any Toy Biz figures. I would absolutely have gotten any of those. I never did. The opportunities weren't quite there, but I would have. I'm glad that I didn't have to. I didn't need to because Hasbro did give us some Nightcrawler figures. So at the time, this one was great. But as you can see, the legs are a little bowed. It's very dated. The paint work on the gloves was pretty sloppy and bad. But here, much better with the X-Men 97 version. I was very happy with. But here, X-Force, very, very happy to have that. So let's go ahead and see Nightcrawler with some other X-Force members. Okay, so here we have our X-Force team. We've got Deathlock, Phantom X, Psylocke, Wolverine, Deadpool, and Nightcrawler. I love the designs of X-Force, so it's really cool. You know, the black and the gray really look good together. Hopefully this year, I think there's a rumor that the X-Force Archangel is going to be coming. I don't know that 3-pack for the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set was pretty cool at the time, which had Psylocke, Wolverine, and Archangel. Got to be very pricey in that Archangel. The wings were really nice. The figure itself was just Bucky Cap. Speaking of Bucky Cap, look at that. 2 figures out of these have Bucky Cap. But anyway, hopefully we see a new Archangel because a lot of people would absolutely want that particular version in the black and gray of Archangel. So hopefully we see that. You guys let me know if you guys would be excited to see that. I for sure am. Maybe we will. You guys let me know what you guys think of the X-Force team here. Hopefully you guys have some of these older figures. Maybe we will see new versions of some of them. A new Psylocke would be really nice to have on the new super articulated female body. But who knows if we will get that again. We shall see. But you guys let me know if you got your X-Force team ready to go. Okay, so the Nemesis Build-A-Figure wave, we're rolling right along. First 2 figures are now done, out of the way. The next figure to review is going to be the Gambit figure from X-Men Age of Apocalypse. Spoiler alert, I did not bring out all of the X-Men Age of Apocalypse figures. There was a bunch of them. We had 2 full entire waves plus Build-A-Figures and a deluxe figure of Apocalypse. For Age of Apocalypse. I didn't bring out all the figures. I only brought out like 2. I only brought out 2 of them for you guys. They're going to be, I think, some important ones for Gambit's story in particular. So we'll take a look at that. But here we have the X-Force Nightcrawler. You guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of this Nightcrawler figure? Is he one to pick up? I absolutely think so. Again, I got my entire wave from ToySnowman.com. Nightcrawler is still available as a pre-order. Hopefully, Toy Snowman's next batch will be coming in soon. They are based in Canada. No tariffs, by the way. I didn't have to pay anything extra when getting it shipped over. So just a heads up on that. So head over to ToySnowman.com if you're looking to put in the pre-order for Nightcrawler. At the time of recording, Wolverine is in stock and available, so heads up on that. So link in the video description below. Head to ToySnowman.com. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.